answers my question that everyone destroyed. I'll continue further as well in Luke chapter 17, verses 28 through 30. So when we go to Luke, give me a minute, I'm sorry, or a few seconds, shouldn't take a minute. So yes, Luke chapter 17, 28 through 30, it shares further on my inquiries, I guess. So Luke chapter 17, verse 28 and 30, it says, likewise, just as it occurred in the days of Lot, they were eating, they were drinking, they were buying, they were selling, they were planting, they were building. But on the day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and sulfur from heaven and destroyed them all. It will be the same on the day when the Son of Man is revealed. So once more, the way the verse to me is just my take on the verse is this was a normal day. They were just going about their very day, doing their normal things in between their wicked acts or whatever, and they were destroyed. There was no warning to them. They were just simply destroyed, a regular day. I couldn't even imagine that. I'm sitting here and making this video right now, talking about my concerns or questionable things in the Bibles, and all of a sudden it just goes dark. I know nothing. It's just, I'm out of there. I'm gone. I'm destroyed along with all the wicked people, other mean, evil people, whatever. I'm gone. That's how it would happen based on what the verse says in the Bible. It's something to really consider and think about. So my final verse I'll cover before my conclusion is going to be 2 Peter chapter 2, verses 6 through 8. So in 2 Peter, we'll read further. Now, chapter 2, verses 6 through 8 says, my apologies, got to go backwards. Pass it up. All right, here we are. So, and by reducing the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to ashes, he condemned them, setting a pattern for ungodly people of things to come. And he rescued righteous Lot, who was greatly distressed by the brazen conduct of the lawless people. For day after day, the righteous man was tormenting his righteous soul over the lawless deeds that he saw and heard while dwelling among them. So then, I'm going too far. So that's another questionable verse to me that I just find odd, because Lot obviously had some type of relationship with God, just as his brother Abraham did. So he knew who God was. He knew what God approved of and what he disapproved of. Lot in the Bible moved in that area. First, he was out on, I guess, the outskirts of Sodom because the land was rich with water, etc. Then he physically moved in Sodom. And it's like, And there were some other trials he went through over there as well. So I'm like, why did you stay? If you saw they were so bogus and doing all these things, why did you stay with your family over there? That puzzles me. Like, what's wrong with you? You had the approval of God. He was on your side protecting you. Why would you put yourself, immerse yourself in the midst of all these wicked people or whatever, everything they was doing? Puzzling. Well, Lot again lost his mind just as he offered up his daughters. Don't know. And so again, that verse, it puzzles me, because it says Lot was over there pretty much spoiling his own righteous soul, but Lot didn't have to be over there. Lot could have moved out back to the outskirts at least, versus being literally living in Sodom. So that was his choice. I don't know why, but yet God still preserved him, saved him, because he didn't perform in those acts. He wasn't unrighteous. He wasn't doing all those things. He was nice to people. He invited the angels in and asked to stay with him, to protect them and wash their feet. So he obviously was still a good man and doing good deeds. But it's like, man, you chose to live over there. So for you to be, I'm so going through it, you You deliberately went over there. You could have left when you saw what was going on, but he stayed. So anyway, I have a problem with that. Concerns. So I guess the bottom line, like most of you out there, this answers a lot of my questions with all the other reasons besides what the main thing that a lot of people say Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for. So it was educational at the same time, still concerning, because I do still wonder, since the Bible does not explain or share, like, how many times were these people warned regarding their heinous acts? All of them. Like, was there any type of warning besides the angels coming down there to see what was going on? And plus, I don't get it. The Bible did not say how long they were present. Was this based on the verse, the very same night they arrived, and Lot pretty much begged them to stay with him versus staying in the town square to watch things. The city was destroyed the very next morning. It's like, okay, they had no time to do real research, and it's a city that would take probably months. I mean, these angels would literally probably have to go almost door to door and maybe have, like, conduct interviews or maybe see how these people are living and things of that nature to truly, understand if they were a righteous city or not. There were at least 10 righteous men in the entire city, and it was another whole city. That was just Sodom. What about Gomorrah? For them to do Gomorrah too, that would be another whole month or more. If it's a whole city, they got to check for 10 righteous men. So it's like I don't know. It escapes me as to why this occurred so quick. And again, back to my earlier inquiry, these are angels. I'm sure they don't have the power of God to know everything that's going on anywhere like God should know. At least I feel he would know everything that's going on everywhere at all times. You wouldn't have to get back to him with bad news. He already knows. He's the creator of all things. So that's always puzzling to me, that the Bible have these verses like God didn't know something. Like, oh, you didn't? Really? It's shocking. Because I don't want to think that we have a God that's limited or he has limitations. That just doesn't make sense. God, again, this is God, and his name is Jehovah. And Jehovah's name is used in the King James Version as well. I may do a video on that also, God's name. Anyway, in conclusion, my greatest takeaway from Sodom and Gomorrah is that 2 entire societies were completely destroyed from, participating in moral corruption, not just individuals, but just in the entire cities, just moral corruption, unchecked evil, just all kind of violence, inhospitality, greed, just unnatural behaviors and acts, etc., just all kinds of said sins. And because of that, it was so great. God destroyed the entire city, which makes me worry because, well, not necessarily worry, but have concerns, because planet Earth today, no matter where you are, America, another country, it seems today that the entire Earth, based on everything I've seen in my little time on this Earth, this entire Earth has become the new Sodom and Gomorrah. So if God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah back in the days for all those heinous acts they consistently performed, then wouldn't our Earth today be destroyed? Is that why there was so much talk about Armageddon? That's concerning. I mean, you look around, we see it all day, every day. We see the greed. We see all the corruption, there's a lot going on. It's on TV every day. That television fills our head. I call it terror vision, all day long with bad news and things that would make anyone just be completely terrified to go outside. Like, all day long, there's things going on, all types of corruption, murder, stealing, rapes, just, I can go on and on. So these are some of the same acts that they practice in Sodom and Gomorrah, inhospitality, etc., all type of idolatry, just worshiping idols and things of that nature, as they pointed out in the verses too, including adulterers and all of that. Like, I mean, it's all going down and more beyond our eyes. Right now, today, this very second, all over the world, these acts are going down. This very second I am speaking. And God has watched this for years and years and years and years and so on and so forth. So it's like, wow, like, and they're not trying to get better. This earth we're on, the men I see that's performing these evil acts, they're not trying to do better. So it just proves another point that either these very men that's consistently conducting in these acts, all the wrongdoing and just treating people unfairly, all the racism, etc., etc. These men that are continuing these acts either A, completely don't believe in the Bible or the words, or maybe not all of it, like me. Like, I have my issues with some of it, but I do believe there's a lot of great things in the Bible, things we can learn from and do run our life from, the great moral message in the Bible. There's a lot in there that you can learn from and become a better person. At the same time, there's a ton of questionable things like I tend to point out in these videos. So again, this is video 3 of 10. If you find value in these videos, if you find value in what I'm sharing, if you too had some of these same inquiries, please comment, like, and subscribe. This is for you. I am doing 7 more, unless again, my viewers want me to do more, maybe do touch on one particular subject or topic. I will be willing to do so. But do like and subscribe if I have assisted you in gaining some value in what was shared today. And to close out, be the best you can be. If we're going to all be destroyed one day, I have my demons, my evils. I've done some wrong in the past. I've tried to do better. I'm just being honest, as we all have. I'm imperfect, right? I'm trying to do better. I have done better and have changed a lot of things, but I'm still working on me. I'm still a work in progress. So same to you. Just do the best you can. Be the best version of yourself that you can. Treat others as well as you can. Treat your family good. Take care of them. And maybe it will be spared. I don't know. But my next video I will be doing is going to be on burnt offerings. Yes, so I look forward to hearing your comments and maybe your insight as well to give me an alternative thought or insight or a better understanding. Until then, be better. Thank you.